Good evening, hello and welcome. You're watching The Nation at 5. I'm Anusha Soni. Our top focus this hour is the latest bit of development coming in from Pakistan. In the country, there are multiple temples and places of religious worship for Hindus which continue to be under serious attack. And that's our top focus on The Nation at 5. Let's talk about this story. There are two temples primarily that we focus upon. First is the Hingalaj Mata temple in the Sindh province, which has been a much revered and a very well-known temple. The other one, of course, is the Sharda Peeth temple, which is near the LOC. It is, in fact, a UNESCO-recognized site. Reportedly, there were multiple Supreme Court orders of Pakistan, Supreme Court of Pakistan, which had given orders that this temple should be protected and preserved at all the costs. Despite that, there was demolition around that temple site, which was carried out. There are damages to the structure that have been reported, and this once again points out how various old temples, heritage monuments that belongs to minorities in Pakistan, which are Hindus, are under constant attack. Desecration of temples is not unknown in Pakistan, but this kind of action by the government-owned agencies clearly is a point of concern. Let's tell you more about this action coming in from the Pakistani authorities. This is a crackdown on Hindu religious places in Pakistan. Exclusive input that my colleague Manoj Gupta gets for you. UNESCO recognized Sharda Peeth has been demolished. This means that this particular site was very old in nature, at least from the 10th century, and that is why it was UNESCO protected. Pakistan government is ignoring the Supreme Court order which were given by the Pakistan Supreme Court. Hindus in Pakistan are facing persistent challenges as far as this particular aspect is concerned, especially when it comes to desecration of temples and the attacks on temples that we have seen. Hindus have been killed, lands being encroached. That has been one of the concerns. Let me cut across to my colleague Tejinder and get more details on the story. Desecration of temples is not unknown in Pakistan, but this kind of action by the authorities, especially so close to elections, what does it indicate, Tejinder?
See, Anusha, as you rightly pointed out, the desecration of temples, gurdwaras is something which is not new in Pakistan. Now these two cases have come to light. Let's, the information which we have about the Sharda Peeth temple in the Neelam Valley of Pakistan is that not only its land has been encroached, but even the stones which were used to construct this temple. This is a 7th century temple which was constructed by then Emperor of Jammu and Kashmir, the state of Jammu and Kashmir at that time, King Lalit Aditya. It was constructed in 7th century AD, and its repair work were carried out by Maharaja Ranjit Singh when he found that this temple, which was once a seat of learning for entire entire South Asia, was in shambles. So its repair work was carried out in the late 17th, 18th century by Maharaja Ranjit Singh. Now after the partition, this place, the Sharda Peeth, lies in POK. It had a vast area of land under it, but slowly and gradually this land was occupied by the local residents. Now even the Pakistan army has encroached upon this the land of Sharda temple. The wall has been breached, the wall has been broken, the stones have been carted away by the Pakistan army, and even a coffee bar has been established there. So it clearly shows how Pakistan has been treating its minorities. You see, this Sharda temple was one of the highest seat for Kashmiri Pandit community. Even the Hindus from various parts of North India, they used to go and visit this place. Even the origin of Sharda script, Sharda Lipi, which is considered as the mother script for Sanskrit and various other Indian language, the origin is associated with the Sharda Peeth temple. So one of the holiest place for the community, it now remains in shadows.
If we talk about what we have seen in the recent past, if we talk about what we have seen in the recent past, and especially the violation of the Supreme Court orders, the Supreme Court of Pakistan had given certain orders, the fact that it was a UNESCO protected site, and despite that this action was taken, was it at the behest of the local authorities? There are certain media reports that point out that there was some court order that was cited for the Hingalaj Mata temple as well. Do we have any verified facts on record to really understand the chain of events?
See, the Supreme Court of Pakistan, because this place, the Sharda Peeth temple is a UNESCO protected site, so it was stated, it was asked the local authorities to ensure that this monument is protected. But when you see, when the Pakistan army interferes in such a matter, such matters, then the Supreme Court of Pakistan has no authority. Supreme Court of Pakistan or any other institution in Pakistan is just a puppet. Now we know that the Pakistan army is involved. Even the brigadier of one of the units in Pakistan occupied Kashmir's Neelam Valley is the one who even laid the foundation stone for that coffee bar, which is constructed on the land of Sharda Peeth temple. Even the stones that that belong to the temple, that were carted away from the temple, are used to construct that coffee bar. So it clearly shows the level of desecration, the level of how the minorities are being treated in Pakistan. Their religious places are being desecrated. And one unfortunate thing is, you see, the POK, which is now with Pakistan, the Pakistan occupied Kashmir, this once used to be a Hindu majority place, but now you don't find a single Hindu, single Kashmiri Pandit or single non-Muslim living there. So this is the state of Pakistan, that in last 70 years after the partition, they have reduced once a hustling, bustling place which was filled with non-Muslims. It is now completely empty of any non-Muslim. Even there are few social activists from the Muslim community who have been taking care of this temple, and they too have expressed their resentment. They too have expressed their anger on this brazen encroachment of Hindu property by the Pakistan army. Yes.
We should also put this into larger context, Tejinder, about the persecution of the minority community that we have seen in the country of Pakistan, whether it's about forced conversions, whether it's about the minority rights, whether it's about the real freedom to actually practice your religion in the Islamic Republic of Pakistan. The desecration of temples is, of course, the extreme step that these extremists take, and certain elements in the administration and Pakistani army as well. But it only points out to a culture and tradition, for the lack of better word, that has existed in Pakistan, which is only about decimation of minority rights, especially the Hindus.
See, the origin of Pakistan or the creation of Pakistan was based on religious lines. They had this, though the Muhammad Ali Jinnah said that it would be a secular nation, but since its formation we came to know, if you read the history, the non-Muslims living in Pakistan.
Tejinder, I'm sorry, I'll just interrupt you for a second. Mr. Ratan Sharda is also joining us on the broadcast. He's a known author and a writer. Mr. Sharda, thank you so much for speaking with us. The desecration of temples is well known in Pakistan. But when we talk about these concerted efforts that have been taken by Pakistani army or the local administration of destruction of temple sites like Ma Sharda Devi temple or the Hingalaj Mata temple in Sindh, what does it point out? It only points out to growing fundamentalism and intolerance in Pakistan.
Well, it is not growing fundamentalism. Pakistan state itself is a fundamentalist state. It is not Islamic, it is Islamist state, which claims to be the fountainhead of global terrorism. And this intolerance for any other religion is typical hallmark of Islamist people. And this horrible act of desecration is actually a crime against humanity. What is the difference between Taliban, who destroyed the Bamiyan Buddhas, and these people? These are non-human people who have no respect for other religion, other faith, or their own past. Here are Pakistanis trying to go back on their own ancient roots, and they are destroying their own roots, because ultimately if they go back to roots, they turn to Bharat. They don't remain, and they can't remain anymore tied to Arabic culture, which they are not, because their roots are in India.
Right.
But this horribly twisted mindset, which was destroyed since the time of Ziaul Haq, has turned them into a beast, and this is most horrible and most condemnable act of destruction of human values. And I think all other minorities who were removed from Pakistan, Hindus, Christians, and Sikhs and Buddhists, etc., this is sign of the next step. So Pakistan is turning officially into a Taliban state, and other people who look at it in a very glamorous way, they better look at themselves and also again start rethinking whether such a horrible beast should be next to our border, whether it has right to exist, where it does not allow any other human being to live, and then goes to the world with a begging bowl.
All right, Mr. Ratan Sharda, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast.